The company in charge of the airplane that crashed in Mokuleia last month, killing 11 people, had been ordered to stop its skydiving operation well before the fatal crash. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and has details. Gina?
The company was given a cease and desist order from the State Department of Transportation earlier this spring, and today has been told to leave. We found out there may be Labor Department issues, too, that could make it difficult for families to collect what is owed when workers die on the job.
Sources tell Always Investigating that Oahu Parachute Center has been given a 5-day notice to vacate its Dillingham Airfield facility. The plane that crashed in June shortly after takeoff was Oahu Parachute Center's only aircraft, and they have not resumed operations since the accident. Now, we've learned Oahu Parachute Center was supposed to have stopped skydiving long before the crash, after the Department of Transportation served Oahu Parachute Center a cease and desist notice in April over business and aircraft registration issues. The suspension date was May 15th, more than a month before the accident. The owner, George Rivera, has not responded to our requests for comment about this. The DOT is tight-lipped, too, declining to comment despite Always Investigating, asking repeatedly for weeks about what kind of lease, insurance, and permissions to operate the company had in the first place. No publicly available state-approved permit or lease could be readily located, while similar agreements can be found for other similar airport permittees. The crash is among Hawaii's worst workplace accidents. A majority of those aboard the aircraft worked for Oahu Parachute Center. 3 were guests. The company's DOT compliance issues have the state Labor Department on guard, too.
Clearly, it's throwing up some red flags for us. Because of the DOT issues about their business compliance, those issues, we want to be sure that the employees are taken care of.
Always Investigating has learned Oahu Parachute Center had no state Labor Department registrations on file for unemployment, workers' compensation, prepaid health care, or temporary disability insurance. Workers' comp alone is supposed to guarantee payouts to families of $280,000 per person killed on the job, regardless of liability or fault. Claims must be filed within 2 years of the accident.
Our heartfelt condolences. We know that some time has passed, but by all means, please, when you're ready, come to our department or give us a call. File the inquiry and we'll look on their behalf.
The lack of standard regulatory employee filings so far could be because Oahu Parachute Center may have been classifying workers as independent contractors and not as employees, a practice others in aviation say is common in Hawaii.
It would not be unusual at all. It's done all over the country. I don't really know exactly how they handled it, but I can say that kind of the industry standard in the skydiving industry and in a lot of small aviation is that pilots and parachute jumpers and the tandem masters are usually independent contractors.
Under what circumstances would you start to look at this business or any other and start to test whether they're classifying correctly?
As long as we get an inquiry from the family or one of the surviving members of a benefactor, let's say, as long as we get that inquiry, we'll look into it. So I would encourage them to get in touch with our office, and we'll start the inquiry right away. All good employers should care about their employees. They're your #1 asset. So take care of them, pay into the programs that entitle them benefits.
Oahu Parachute Center operated out of a structure built without permits. Sources say none of the structures at Dillingham had permits. DOT had no structure approval process in place, and the airfield lacks utility infrastructure in general. Critics of airport management say the lack of facilities strains maintenance and safety.
These operators up at Dillingham, I know all of them firsthand. They've been applying for years to build maintenance facilities. If you want to maintain your aircraft, there's not a lot of options up there because the state won't allow it.
We've posted a link to the Labor Department information about workers' comp death benefits and how families can submit claims. We'll continue to follow up on the company's status with the Transportation, Labor, and other state departments, and on the status of the federal investigation. Gina Mangieri, KHON2 News.